that made me think that I have to defend myself a
But
little
were
bit.
you being overboard at the time?
I didn't think I was. I didn't think I was.
Okay,
I mean, I was.
so that's my point.
So you don't feel.
Hold on, Ava. I'm sorry. That's my point. You didn't feel like you were being overboard. You were just being Dan.
I was just being me. I'm a sales guy. I like to hype people up.
Why is that like? Why are you being accused of going overboard if you were being what you believed?
Because these people don't understand what it's like to when you believe in something and to hype up like.
She doesn't believe you,
and she takes the camera off.
I was putting lipstick on.
Okay,
yeah, I can tell.
Looks good, by the way. Very good. What color is that?
I felt like it would look better with my green card.
All right, so but anyway, look, I don't care. I think you're a good guy, Dan. I don't fuck it.
The super chats are coming in. Look at $2 ball washer. That's me. That's my likeness. So
let's talk.
I am making you money, John. Whether maybe it didn't come in on Wednesday, it's coming in on Friday.
Well, let's just talk about this. I don't even know how I feel about this. When I first started coming on your show, people were saying the same thing about me, and all I was saying was like, I like this guy. I'm getting to know him in front of all of y'all, and this is just real. And so I understand that people are just and I did that too. Like, what's the motive with you, Dan, or whatever? But like, is it like you said something that to? So he was on his co-host Deb, who I think you probably trust. Deb is like I love Deb, and I'm sure Dan loves Deb, and they've done a show together. And his response, she brought up the point that he was like this with Chad, and then suddenly he turned against Chad. And Deb said, and so Deb was like, you were like super like he was doing the same thing that he was doing with you with Chad, and then suddenly he went cold on him. And Dan's response was, well, he wasn't reciprocating. I wasn't getting anything back. He wasn't having me on the show. And to me, it was just like, what the fuck does that mean?
Chad never had. I've been on with John now. What is this? The 4th or 5th time that we've been on together?
Yeah.
Chad didn't think it was worth having me on. He had me on like once just to kind of defend him against that potato guy. And he sent me all these messages. He had all these like, hey, we're gonna do this thing. He would talk all about this thing, and then he never followed through on it.
But then, like,
John, you are a man of your word, and you followed through on it. You said, "Hey, I want to have you on the show," and it's like we're communicating, we're doing that, we're working together. Chad was all talk and no action. John, your action, and that's I want people. I'm in a world, so I'm an adult. I'm a middle-aged man. I don't have fucking time for people that talk about shit. I have time for people that want to put things into action. And people that are not going to wait until tomorrow or a month or a year later. Oh, yeah, we'll get to it. We've all dealt with those people. They're all full of promise. They give you so much sunshine up your ass.
But I defended you with Ava, and I said, well, you did give me your YouTube TV password. And
I did that with there was no pretense. There was no quid pro quo. I didn't do that. I just did that because I feel like we're hitting it off. I feel like we're cool. So like I would do that with a bud.
That's what I was trying to convey to Ava.
Yeah. Would I give someone that I didn't trust my password to fucking YouTube? Like you could have fucking gone on and fucked with my channel, really. I mean, at that point. So if that doesn't demonstrate that I trust you, I don't know what more I can do at that point.
So how do you respond to that?
Well, on the YouTube channel, it's like the cost benefit analysis is like it's fair to assume that John's not going to just sabotage your YouTube channel, and you can just change your password whenever you want to. So that is what it is. I don't know. There's something about you where I just I love you. Again, I was telling John to have you on the show like a month before you did, but I mean, let's talk about this. Like, do you think that
you didn't like? Can I just interrupt? Ava didn't like that. Ava didn't like one thing that I said, and you accosted me or you confronted me on this.
Accosted?
You didn't like.
Did that feel
not
like
accosted? That wasn't the right word. That wasn't the right. But you called me out on it. You didn't like that I was pro keeping the strikes right on Kevin Brennan. You thought that he should be more of a goodwill ambassador, whereas I felt you should hold your ground on that. How am I wrong on that?
You started at that point you were already walking it back. When you first came on his show, you led with Carl has 2 strikes and KB
he does,
has 2 strikes.
Right? Doesn't he?
So when you say Carl has 2 strikes and KB has 2 strikes, and then you start arguing the like ethics of strikes, it looks like you're telling him to strike Carl and get his channel taken down.
When did I
KB.
say you should strike Carl's channel?
You said Carl has 2 strikes, and if he gets one more, he gets taken down. What do you think that implies?
It implies that Carl should have risk management in his business, is what it implies.
You said
it implies
because
his John didn't do the 2 strikes. The 2 strikes are because Carl has become reckless.
Do you understand? Look, listen, I can't tell if you're being disingenuous or if like you're just weird, but like let's
not talk about weird. Come on,
I know
let's
it's assumed I'm a man. I have tits. Blah blah.
No, I'm not saying that, but okay.
No, it's whatever. Okay. Do I have to give this disclaimer every time I make any observation with?
No. Go on,
Okay,
go on.
okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to derail.
I'm talking about you and what you said and the way I'm analyzing, and it has nothing to do with me being trans. Okay.
It has. I never said anything about being trans, but go on.
Well, what did you mean
my sister's a lesbian. My sister's been doxxed. Like I'm about as LGBTQ friendly as a guy you're gonna fucking run into. So let's not play that card on me, please.
I guess to me, it's
well, she was asking, why did you say she was weird?
Thank you.
Well, I mean,
that's what she was asking.
Yeah. There you go.
I wasn't trying to say trans, but okay, but
it's
fine.
It's implied.
I'll pull that back. That was out of line then.
Well, maybe you're just implying a lot of things and you don't even realize it. Maybe that's this whole thing about this Carl strike thing too. It's like you don't realize that there's implications of what you're saying that the audience is inferring, that maybe you're just unaware are there. Like that. Like when you implied that was weird, everyone in the audience is like, he's
okay. Let's not derail. Let's get back to the argument at hand.
No, because this ties to the Carl thing. To me, it's the same thing. It's like when you say Carl has 2 strikes, if he has one more, he gets his channel taken down. And you're saying
I don't like Carl.
Don't
like. I want to make it. I want to make it very fucking clear. I don't like Carl. I don't like Shuley. I don't like Buckman.
I know.
There's a lot of people that I don't like.
I know, but that's not what the point I'm talking about. I'm talking about the strike thing. It's that I know, and look, there's things about you I don't understand about your motives, but I know that you're very perceptive and you're watching these things. You know that me and John just had this like brutally awkward like conversation about strikes and everything like that. 2 days later, you lead off talking about how Carl has 2 strikes on his channel and that KB does, implying that if either of them gets struck again, their channel gets taken down. Then make like 3 different arguments for why strikes are necessary in a moment where John had just had like somebody that goes on the show regularly, like challenge him on that. Do you understand how that? Hold on. I'm almost done with this one.
All right, go on.
This is the last part of the point. Do you understand how that's not just you saying he shouldn't take the strike back from Carl? It's you're kind of making a much bigger statement. And I noticed that you are now saying, I was just telling him to take KB's strike back, but that's not what you did that first episode. So I just want you to be on point with this. So go ahead.
Well, if I could just defend Dan, because I already defended you, Ava, and I'll defend Dan. You know, if you're going to hold everybody to every single thing that we say every single time, just in one statement, then we're fucked. I mean, because we all make mistakes, no?
I would argue that he made a 35-minute like proposal to you to like reconsider striking and striking people again. It wasn't just an offhand comment. It was part of like a whole messaging thing he did. Go ahead, Dan.
So if that's the way it came off, then my bad. What more can I say?
No, but there's a lot of my friends who think I should keep striking. I mean, Dan's not in the minority here because, you know, but I am not going to. I took your advice, didn't I, Ava?
We're moving away from. Now we're just getting back to a different thing. We're just talking about what Dan did because we're talking about this comment I made about him being critical, about a comment I made critical of him about his appearance. We're just talking about what he did on the episode. So we don't even need to get back into just the actual conversation about strikes itself. I was just saying, we're talking about
I just want to say one thing. Can I just say one thing?
Absolutely.
I'm not here to like steal your place at the table here. Like
I don't look at things that way. I don't.
Okay, but it feels like you're trying to be adversarial, and I'm not trying to be adversarial here at all.
I'm not.
I'm looking at external.
Hold on. You kind of came here to talk about, and we're talking about the thing I said. So I'm not trying to be adversarial. I want you to. I wish
you guys should just all get along here.
No, let's work this out. I think we'll get along. No, I
Okay.
want. I think. Again, I messaged you. You didn't respond after your last appearance, saying that I fucking loved it. And yeah, I want you to keep going on the show. I don't feel like territorial or anything about that. I like that you're on the show. I'm just talking about what you said, and I'm just responding to it because I have a feeling about it. Again, because I just put in a lot of like time to arguing.
Can I just say one thing? It's my show. Just can I say one thing? This whole jump off point, Ava, was that you were saying Dan was trolling me. That's how this started. You thought Dan was playing me. Am I wrong?
Yeah, but like you asked me on the spot, and then I just worked it out in my head because honestly, no one knows.
Was I
exactly
wrong?
why I came here. What I wanted.
Yeah,
to
that's
myself.
why he came here.
But my conclusion of that response was that I don't think he's trolling. It was that I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah, but I said I don't believe he is, and then you said yes, he is.
But I walked that back. I walked that back. I thought I'm being honest with you. Because honestly, John, I don't think anybody understands what Dan's doing, and this it's hard to figure him out. But he's said enough things. This is, I guess, the point. He said enough things to make you not sure he's not doing something or some kind of chaos agent.
But can I ask you a question? Is it okay for me to have differing opinions with you on certain topics?
Of course, we just disagree a lot of
okay.
things.
This is what separates us from the Carls and the Shuleys of the world. Is
Absolutely.
that we can talk like adults and we can talk things out. We can agree and find places maybe we don't agree and talk through our sides of opinions on things.
But do you think that I'm saying you're not allowed to say it? You brought this is an interesting debate.
you intimated tonight that I have some ulterior motive, and I'm here to tell you that I do not have an ulterior motive. My ulterior motive is exterior from this whole thing.
And hold on, can I just say one thing? It is my show. The one thing I will tell you, Ava, when it comes to the YouTube thing, and I know we glossed over that, Dan let me have that password for 3.5 to 4 hours while I watched the whole World Baseball Classic game. So I could have done a lot of bad shit to Dan in that 3.5 if I was that kind of person. But Dan trusted me that I would never do something like that. So
that's retarded. What the fuck? What are you gonna do to Dan? You don't even know Dan.
He gave me his password.
I know, but what do you wouldn't even know how to fuck with him.
He could have looked at my email. He could have looked at my YouTube channel. He could have done.
Why would he do that if you're just being nice to him? What is that?
I don't know. I didn't think he would. That's why I gave it to him.
What I'm trying to say is that he trusted me enough. So if he trusts me enough, wouldn't that prove that he somehow is on my side?
Okay. All right. I'm going to make a point, but it's not at Dan. It's just a zoom out point. Okay. Because I don't group Dan with this, but you could say the same thing about your relationship with Vince, the lawyer, where he kind of butters you up and gives you a password or something like that. And then he ends up burning you. Let's not just look at acts of
never gave me his password.
Well, he just did the YouTube premium, whatever he did.
Yeah, but he did not.
But that's the nature of your relationship with Vince is he'll buy you something or you can get.
He's a fucking
no. But we've laughed about this. It's all right. I'll if he says we $200.
All right, so you still think Dan is just trolling me?
No, I'm just saying that's not an argument against what I was saying. Is that yes, Dan?
No, you made the thing so he gives you a password for 2 seconds. He can change it. You made that statement, and I just backed it up, saying no, it wasn't. He didn't just change it. He gave me it for 4 hours. I was just backing up.
I didn't say he changed it. I'm just saying it, because again, he came on your show and talked about the long game, which is a reference to trolling someone over a long period of time. And so in that context, you can give someone a YouTube password knowing that you're not going to do anything. But if he decides to just fucking do something, he can just
change.
Can I
ask you both guys a question?
Okay.
I mean, both people questions. Sorry. That's just, why the fuck am I the one everyone can trust, but nobody can trust anybody else in this fucking cesspool of ridiculousness? Because I wouldn't do anything nefarious because I'm not that kind of fucking guy.
Right. Well, that's kind of part of my point about what Dan brought up. What are you going to do? You're not going to, you just want to watch the game. So it's not like this. It's not this. It's being presented as if this is some reference or just like of like
I wasn't looking for like a gold
or
star
friendship
for
or whatever.
giving
It's like, yeah, it's not like
No,
a big
just-
it's not a
it was
big
nice
risk.
gesture.
It's
How
not a
about
big it's not a big risk for someone that's nice to you to give you a YouTube thing and then to watch a game. Like, I would assume that you're not gonna like go through his emails. So I don't understand why that's being brought up to like challenge me about what I was saying.
Because you were saying anybody could just give you that and then he could change it like immediately. That's what you said earlier. I can pull the tape if you want.
That was to what? Oh God.
It doesn't matter. The
Okay.
point is, but the point is,
I
whatever.
love Dan. The point is,
Yeah, if Dan
I'm
is trolling
I'm
me,
pro Dan.
he's doing a great job.
If I'm trolling you and I turn on you, then you tell me to go pound sand. Like, I mean,
yeah, if Dan is trolling me, he's doing a damn good job, isn't he?
Well, that's kind of what he. That's why I keep bringing up long game. Is like he made a point on your show when he first came on it to be like, you know, a lot of these people like and he was bringing up quad. And it was just like, you know, there's a short game, whatever. And he's like, no, like there's a long game. Like, if he's trolling you, he's doing
long game. Can I just
listen
have a
again?
moment?
I've ended up in a place where I'm not stating that I think you're trolling. I'm just saying, like, I'm defending now what I said before. Okay, so go ahead with what you're saying. But yeah, when you talk about long game, like, it makes people. I'm not even the only person. Everyone like that heard you say that was like, Dan just said he's playing the long game with John, and like it's not this crazy notion.
All right, well, I didn't know that.
Okay.
So Dan,
You've used the term long game as much as you used Shuley on the last episode, and which is funny. I don't know if you guys saw the Shuley thing, and I think Ava saw it where they did like the Shuley counter every time you said Shuley.
Yeah, but no,
anyway.
hold on. Yeah, but with that, it's just like we don't do a clip show, so I'm gonna say his name more because I have to say.
I'm not picking on you for that, by the way. I just thought it was funny that they chose that one thing.
Shuley doesn't have to say Ava or David because they're playing a clip and he can just respond to it. With me and John, if we're talking about Shuley, I have to point out who's saying what in those situations. So I'm naturally going to say his name more anyway.
But if we did the long game drinking game, because you said long game like 20 times, and I didn't keep track, but you said it about 20 times. So long game means a lot of different things. When I say long game, I'm thinking of how the fuck do we take Carl and Shuley and Kevin down over the next fucking year?
All right, well, there's a good point.
And the best way to do it is to attach my fucking my wagon to John Stuttering John, because we have the same enemies in common. And if I had any doubt about it, the last week told me that 100% that the way that they demonstrated, because I just went on and I didn't even say that anything bad about anyone. In fact, Kevin, we were talking about Kevin's funeral for his brother. What's funny?
Oh, but that's not really polite to laugh at a guy.
No, I love you. It's just no. Don't.
You're laughing at my pontificating. Is that what's funny?
Yeah, it's just not nice. I don't laugh at anybody.
You're funny. It's not mean. Go. I promise it's not mean. Go ahead.
Kevin. So we brought up about Kevin not going to his brother's funeral. I was very purposely respectful. I didn't do any sort of speculation. I didn't know what the whole situation was. I just know he didn't go to his brother's funeral. It seemed weird to me. And that's all I said. I didn't say that he was excommunicated. I didn't even hold it against him. But, oh, Dan. And then next thing you know, he's like doxing my sister and talking about my wife and talking about all this. It's like, these people are fucking scumbags.
They are.
And I don't like the way that they act. And they try to be all holier than thou, like they're the good guys. They're not the good guys. These guys are not good. They're not righteous. And if I'm looking at like who's closer to a good guy than a bad guy, John, to me, you're closer to a good guy. They come down on you, they harass you, they pick on you for no fucking good reason.
Yes.
I'm fucking sick of it. I'm sick of sitting on the sidelines and just watching these fucking nerds pick at John when they need to look at their own selves and clean up their own backyard before they judge other people.
Do you not think that like that's kind of been my project with John this whole time? Is like I'm refuting that,
and that's why we're all on the same call.
That's right now. Thank you. We're all on the same fucking team.
Yeah, let's not pound on each other. We're all on the same team here.
You're being sensitive. I wasn't like. Can I not just tell you that I thought that was like annoying and fucked up about the strike thing without having to be this like team.
Okay, and then I'm
can you
listening
understand
to you.
why? But can you not understand why I would be irritated that you did? Like, it never occurred to me that you could have done anything to irritate me when I found out you were going on that show. I was excited about it. I guess I just feel like the strikes are this massive issue that is like a serious, like heavy thing wherever you fall in it. And like for me to like have that conversation with him was like a really big deal in terms of me and John's relationship. And it was like kind of a way to kind of like signal something that he agreed to. So can you just not, like, I understand that you have your
Let's make a compromise. I have an idea. I
need this. Can you just not understand why if you come on his show like a few days later and just start doing that, I'm going to be like, what? Like, and it doesn't have to be that I don't like you or anything like that. It's just like, why wouldn't I have that reaction if we just had that moment on his show like a few days before you started talking about how Carl has 2 strikes and one more would take him down?
My opinion was not based on I have to be contradictory to AVA or that I have to be confrontational.
I didn't make that claim.
Okay, but let me talk. You talked, and I'm going to talk.
All right, well, answer what I actually said.
Okay. My point was not to be adversarial to what you said. I was speaking from the heart and really specifically about Kevin Brennan. Really, that's what I was thinking of. When I watch Kevin Brennan, and I've seen it before, when he does the stream snipes and he turns on John's channel and it's not transformative and he doesn't, and he sits there and he doesn't pause, he just plays it. You can't even tell which channel you're watching at some point.
Yep.
All you can, if you didn't see Pinky's face, you wouldn't know what channel you're watching.
I agree.
To me, that is a clear, that's a clear strikeable offense to me. And I think that's what John was doing in the case of Kevin. And by that extension, that's why I didn't think he should pull back that strike.